Hello, mom, brothers and sisters. This is Gerritt Bake, your situational expert and creator of Warrior Guardian and some other really cool stuff. Welcome to another episode of your Daily Armor. Today's topic, can I borrow your helmet? I promise I'll give it back. So, I'm not going to lie. Being on SWAT, kind of fun. Like, it's not your normal regular patrol officer stuff. Like, you have all the cool toys and a bunch of friends that know how to use them. So it puts the odds heavily in your favor. So you smile more, right? Because you know literally you have the supreme advantage. And one of those advantages is riding inside of an armored vehicle. These things are incredible. It's literally like a tank. So here's this thing. Some of you might get it, some of you might not. There's something like really manly and carnal about riding around in a metal truck full of weapons and men who are not afraid to use them. So as cool as it is, though, I realized something real quickly. I don't like roller coasters. And you're like, armored vehicle roller coasters? I'm not seeing it. Stay with me. It's coming. Okay, so let me explain. When I was younger, I never went on any roller coasters, right? We didn't have any where we lived. My first experience was at Disneyland, right? And Disneyland roller coasters, well, let's be honest, they're not super like scary or crazy. But my first roller coaster was at Disneyland when they opened California Adventure. And I wanted to make it my last. Why? Because I would get sick. That's right. I just said it. I admitted it. I'm one of those guys that does not like roller coasters. Like, even little ones. I would rather run into a building that's on fire with an active shooter than I would get on a roller coaster. Like, literally, it makes me that sick. But, of course, I'm a tough guy, right? And I thought the first experience was a fluke, right? So last summer, I went to Six Flags, right, with my family. Big mistake. When I got there, of course, my 16-year-old son, who does not have any fear of roller coasters and in fact thoroughly enjoys them, was like, "Dad, let's go on these rides." I'm like, okay. And I make it through the first two. The second one has this big loop in it, right? And I get off the second roller coaster and I realized that if I went on a third, I would be wearing my breakfast. Like, the feeling didn't go away either. It wasn't like, okay, 5 minutes, I'll catch my breath, things will be better. No, like, it didn't go away. So I spent the rest of the day hanging out with my 16-year-old son. I'm sorry, spending the day with my 11-year-old son while my 16-year-old son went off and enjoyed himself. So I learned my lesson after that. But back then I didn't know any different, right? So when we go to SWAT calls, right, we would all load up in the back of the armored vehicle, right? Kind of protect us, get us there, get to our situation, and then we'd all deploy from the armored vehicle. So most of the time the ride was less than 10 minutes, right? And inside I'd get a little queasy, maybe a little dizzy, but no big deal. I could manage it. One time, though, that changed. One time we went on a search warrant, and this search warrant was planned for the middle of the day, and it was planned on the other side of town, like literally 55 minutes away. A few things not working for me that day. One, it was hot. Two, I was sweaty. And three, well, the road was bumpy. I think you can guess where this story's going. So after about 10 minutes, I was just dripping in sweat. I was just hot and sweaty, and the road was bumpy, and I was feeling dizzy. After about 20 minutes, I couldn't even see straight anymore. After about 30 minutes, I was like, like I could feel it coming. I'm like, hold it in, hold it in. I was trying to hide it, right? Trying to be the big, strong, tough guy. But it's like, it's coming. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make this. So I started to make my way to the back of the armored vehicle, like towards the open door. These guys that I work with, they're looking around like, what is this guy doing? Where's he going? And just as I got to the back door, we stopped at this light. And out came my food. I mean, I'm sure it was a beautiful thing, just like right out the back of this armored vehicle. The guys in the cars that were behind us probably enjoyed the show a little bit. I just remember looking up and seeing the woman's face, and she had this horrified look on it, like she didn't know what just happened. At that point, although I really didn't care, I wiped my mouth, went back and sat down. One of my friends offered me a bottle of water. I gladly accepted it, and I just literally just sat in silence the whole way there. When we got there, the team leader's like, hey, you're going to stay behind. You're not going to do anything. And I was glad because I really didn't feel like doing anything. On the way back, they were nice. They actually let me sit by the door, let me dingle my feet out, get some fresh air. But as we're driving back, I'm thinking, how did I get myself in this situation? How did things end up this way? Well, the answer is real simple. I knew that my body didn't react well to this type of environment. Like, I knew that for a fact. And I knew that if I continued, that the result would be a lost lunch. Like, it was going to happen. But I lied to myself, right? I told myself, I'm big, I'm strong, I'm tough. I can get through it. And I ended up paying the price. So you got to ask yourself, where in your life have you lied to yourself and it's come back to bite you in the ass? Like, where in your body, in your being, in your balance, in your business? So the problem that we have as adults is we think that we know better than ourselves. Like, we think that we can outsmart ourselves somehow. It's not going to happen. Like, you can sign up for a marathon, never having run a race, and very quickly you'll realize that you shouldn't have signed up for the race because you're not going to make it. Right? You could pretend that you can afford the nice red Ferrari that you just bought, but within 2 months, when your savings account is drained and you can no longer afford it, the truth is going to come out. So, write down one of your biggest lies that you're telling yourself right now. Just one of them. And then, what are you going to do about it? Like an action plan to rid yourself of that lie. See, the biggest lie that you can tell yourself is denial. Denial that you even have one. How do I know? That's right. Master of denial for many years. All right, that is it for today. So I need you to like this. I need you to subscribe to this and comment. I want to read your little comments. Put those in there. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Warrior Guardian. We got some cool stuff going on over there. And last but not least, stay safe. And we'll see you on the next.